What up, Rise 2016? My name is Cade Morrison. I'm serving as a representative of many youth pastors in this local area of East Texas that have taken part in a conference that we call the Rise, that hopefully a lot of you are familiar with. We are excited to tell you that the Rise is coming in 2016, January 28th through the 30th. It'll be at Belcher Center. That is on Laterno University's campus in Longview, Texas. And so we want you to invite your friends. We want you to take part in this weekend that we believe that every local church in East Texas that wants to take part can come together and be the church in a weekend and be able to accomplish some really great things together in our cities, in our communities, and within our churches. And so we've got a challenge this year for you that's a big challenge, but we are partnering with a ministry once again called Rapha House. Rapha House is a ministry that ministers to girls that have been sex trafficked or in the sex trade. They take these girls, they help heal and restore and hopefully redeem and present the gospel to them and teach them a trade that they can go back out into society and do some things with. And the journey can be long, it can be hard, and so what Rapha House does, there's not a time limit on it. And so they have a lot of girls in a lot of different safe houses. They have safe houses in Cambodia, they have them in Thailand, and they have one in Haiti now. And so the area of focus we're looking at is the Cambodia safe house. They have a safe house there, and then within the safe house they have what they call cottages. And these cottages house the girls that come into their ministry out of being rescued. And so they come into these safe houses and that's where they stay. They have 8 new cottages built, but those cottages are full, and 4 of them are being filled by administration, social workers, counselors, people that are on site with these girls that do everyday life with them. And so one of the big needs is an administration building, and that administration building would go in this safe house. They own the land, and it cost about $200,000 to build this administration building. And so that's a massive number. I know when you hear that number as a teenager, that's a lot of money, and you hear that number as an adult, that's a lot of money. But I just believe God's going to do something great this year with the Rise, and we have a challenge to lay before you to accomplish this $200,000 goal. And so we have what's called the 100-box challenge, and in this box there are envelopes labeled from $1 to $100. And basically your job is to take one of these envelopes on a Wednesday night if your youth group takes the challenge, and you have to fill every one of these envelopes with the offering that's designated on here. But also you have to make people aware about Rapha House, about what's going on in the world in the area of slavery, sex slavery, and not just the simple things, but give statistics. Share some of these things off this card, memorize this card, and you also have a responsibility to pray that week when you take your card home, and then bring your offering back into the box. You put it back into the box. If your youth group or your church or however you're going to do this does one box, it's $5,050 total in that box. And so to reach our goal of 200,000, we have to do 40 boxes filled. There's going to be around 25 churches, possibly 30 at the Rise, and I know that number doesn't meet 40, but there is other ministries and other churches around this area that are interested in this and taking on this task with us. And so it's going to be exciting to see what God does in the middle of this. It may seem impossible now, but a couple of challenges for you in the middle of this. The smaller envelopes from $1 to like $30 up to $50 are going to be a lot easier to fill. It's when you pass that 50 mark that it gets pretty complicated for some of you as youth. And so I want to encourage you to sacrifice birthday money, to sacrifice Christmas money, to sacrifice lunch money maybe once a week, and earn things through working for people. We want you to sacrifice for the greater good in this, because we believe God is doing something in the ministry of Rapha House that's ultimately changing and affecting lives and attacking the gates of hell. And so we are just excited about what God's going to do in the Rise 2016 through this. And so our goal is to raise $200,000 through the 100-box challenge through Rapha House. And so here's the last thing that I would tell you. if you accept this challenge as a youth group, one thing that I would encourage you to do is I want you to record your youth group, and I want you to record with the $100 with your youth group behind you, and I want you to accept it all together, and I want you to put it on social media accepting the fact that you're going to do the $100 challenge for Rapha House for Rise 2016. Just a little short clip of your youth group accepting the challenge, getting it out there, getting word out there, getting awareness out there. And anytime you fill an envelope, it'd be awesome to hashtag $100 and let people know what we're doing as we go about this journey of trying to accomplish something that's impossible to us, but something that God can accomplish. And so I'm excited to see what God does in your generation as we go after the Rise 2016 this year together and do something that only God can do, and we get to be a part of it. $100 challenge. Are you in?